The one last thing though that I did want to show you is that to make sure that your shadows are going to render out properly and stuff, you go ahead and save whatever you've done, and this is going to take a while, so I'm not going to actually sit here and wait for it to happen. But if you go down here and you choose your in your layers, you choose your logo composite or complete or whatever you want to call it. Let's go back into the 3D panel and choose our scene up here in the 3D panel, and you're going to choose the entire scene. And then what you can do is there's a button down here that looks like a little 3D object, and if you hover it, it's going to say render. You can go ahead and click render. I'm going to do that. It's going to take quite a while depending on your computer and depending on how complex your objects are. It could take anywhere from a few minutes to 20 minutes. So anyway, I'm going to do this and then I'll show you the results at the end, and you're going to see this thing pop up at the bottom, and you're going to see it it has to go through and render a little bit of the section for each part of the file. And so you're going to kind of see this, and it gives you an idea down at the bottom, if you're lucky, of how long the time remaining is. So I'm going to pause the video for now. Okay, and so it's finished. Now there are lots of different ways that you can get this file out. I'm going to go ahead and save the file. Make sure that you save what you've done, and you can do multiple different things. Like if you want to go and do save for web, you can do that. You can also save it as a copy and flatten all the layers. It's really up to you, but my recommendation would be just, if you want to save out a picture, go to export, and then you can either choose save for web legacy, and if that's no longer there anymore, you can just do export as, or export as PNG if you want it to do something quickly. But let's do export as, and then it'll show you the different file sizes and different options. That's the PNG option. You can also see what it's going to look like as a JPEG. You can, scale it and so forth if you want to. So anyway, this is and this tells you it's going to be 308 KB at 100% quality. The PNG is going to be 1.6 megabytes. So it really just depends on what you're going to do with it. If you need it to be a smaller file size, the quality, let's say maybe at 80, would probably be okay. You can test that and see. It'll process it. And then this is at 33%, so you can blow it up to 100% to see, like what the quality loss would be if you needed, if that mattered and made a difference to you at this point. So anyway, it looks like I forgot to get part of the hedgehog's whiskers out, but you go back and do that very easily. All right, and so then you can just export it and you can save it out somewhere as a regular file. So we'll save it as a 3D demo JPEG, and I can even put like 80 at the end so that I know that it was 80%. Okay, and then there you've got your file. This is the JPEG, the flattened version, and then you can use that anywhere. You can stick that in your Premiere files as the intro to your production. And the other thing too, like let's just take a look at that, is if you wanted to do something where you masked out part of it as a transparent PNG, for instance, like we discussed, you could have like maybe sky, like a movie clip of sky or something moving in the background. It's lots of different things you could do, so it's up to you. Okay, that's the end of this demo.